Hey everyone, this is Scott Ottman from DirectResponseContentMarketing.com, and this is another video for our YouTube channel, Content Creation Methods. Today, what I want to do is to give you another behind-the-scenes look at how I create content, so that you can feel more empowered to be able to create content that captures attention, keeps attention, and inspires people to take action. So. I'm so early in this content creation stage that I don't even have a title for this blog post yet, or this article, I should say. And obviously, I'm going to make sure to come up with an interesting, engaging, intriguing title. I'm going to make sure that it has the right keywords for SEO ranking and things like that. But I wanted to share with you just so you could see how on an early beginning stage of content creation, I put together a post. So I was walking through a local Albertsons, and this is not your everyday regular Albertsons. This is like Albertsons on steroids. This is like the Disneyland of all Albertsons. This store is called, I think, Albertsons Marketplace. It's an amazing store, huge wide aisles, incredible variety of products displayed in amazing ways. It has a restaurant, a bar inside it, a sushi area, pizza area, bakery. It's just really amazing. And my mom was visiting from out of town. We were walking through the store, and she was in love with the place. And we got to the spice aisle, and it was another example of just amazing displays, a variety of all types of products you never even knew existed. And we came across this row of salts, and I had to take the picture because as soon as I saw them, I realized here's an idea for a blog post or an article. And it's Jacobsen Salt Company salt. But it's not just your average everyday salt. First of all, they're in jars. The labels are very unique. But if you'll notice, they're flavored with really unique flavors. There's habanero, there's basil, there's black pepper, and then there's garlic salt, which is probably the most common. But as I saw this, I realized right there in that moment, here is a marketing idea. This is an example of how you take an average, everyday, boring product, salt, and how you make it feel new, unique, special, and how you make it stand out. But I realized it's not just for products, but it's also for content. How you can take common content and add something to it so that it suddenly feels unique and special. And as I was thinking about this, it suddenly hit me the type of content that would be the perfect example of how you could use this basic idea here with the salts in a content format. And I thought about the show that my kids love called Hot Ones. I don't remember this guy's name right now. I don't remember the company that puts it out. I guess it's First We Feast right there. That would be my clue, huh? But I will research all that by the time I write this post. But I thought about this show. They use an interview format, and they interview big stars, people that are trying to promote their movies and TV shows and et cetera. And instead of just creating a show that's an interview format, which can be found anywhere, they figured out how to make it unique by adding hot sauce. Let me explain. If you haven't seen the show, this guy interviews these big stars and has them taste different chicken wings that have been doused in different levels of hot sauce. And the interview starts out easy with the sauce that isn't really spicy. And as the interview goes on, they get to hotter and hotter levels of hot sauce. And by doing that, suddenly you take common, average, everyday piece of content, which is, interviews, and you elevate it, you make it stand out by adding this whole hot sauce angle. But the other thing, as I began to think of this example, I realized this also shows an important lesson. You don't just want to add something to an average product or an average piece of content. You want to add something special to an amazing piece of content or amazing product. This guy is an amazing interviewer. He researches and gets information that I've never heard people bring up in an interview. The interviews are really engaging. And so he did not just take boring, average interviews and add hot sauce. He took amazing interviews, amazing research, and then he added the hot sauce element. By doing that, he was able to capture attention in a marketplace that would have ignored him, so they could see how amazing his interviews actually are. Again, Jacobson did the same thing. They didn't just take, horrible salt and add something to it. They started with very high quality salt, and they made sure to add to it and make it stand out. And then finally, as I was thinking about that, at first, that's all I had for the post. I was going to do those 2 examples and finish out. But as I thought about it, I thought of the marketer Dan Kennedy. If you don't know who Dan Kennedy, he is the godfather of marketing. He's made many, many millionaires with his books and his training in marketing. And one of the lessons that he teaches is that early on, he created a marketing course for small businesses. It was powerful, amazing information because Dan Kennedy is an amazing marketer, and he teaches really unique things about marketing. But he didn't stop there. He knew that he could only charge a certain amount for this generic marketing information and lessons that are for all business owners. And so what he did is he took that information and he took that principle again that we've talked about with the salt and with Hot Ones video, and he added to it. He added to it by specializing the information. So he took the generic information, he took the basic fundamental information that he was going to teach, and then he specialized it for chiropractors. So I can't remember what percentage he said, whether 70% or 75% of the information is the same for all businesses. But then he showed chiropractors how they could uniquely use it for their practices. And he applied all the lessons to them. He focused on them as the marketplace that he would use and that he would specialize in. I think he later went on to do that with dentists, etc. But the lesson is that as he did that, he not only allowed his content to stand out in the marketplace, like the Hot Ones example, but he created and basically he made his content more valuable. He made the information products that he was selling more valuable to that niche and that specific little group in the market because it was just for them. So when I put together this post, again, whatever I'm going to call it, I'm going to start out by telling the story and of how I came across this salt and the ideas that I shared with you. And then I'm going to eventually bring in the idea of how this allows your content to stand out in the marketplace and be unique. And I'm going to bring in the idea that you need to make sure that your content or your product is good in and of itself, that it's not a lousy product or just adding to it's not going to help. And then I'm going to take that twist and that next level angle and say and show how by adding to your content, you can make it more valuable, especially to a certain group of people. So I want to encourage you, as we're coming to the end of this video, 2 things. First of all, I want to encourage you to go down to the description of this video and click on the link and read the final article on my website, directresponsecontentmarketing.com. There you're going to see the little tiny things that I added to flesh out this content structure that I've talked to you about. You'll see how I caught people's attention at the beginning. You'll see how I transitioned from the salt story to the Hot Ones story and how I weaved in information that was helpful and taught my readers the lessons that I was trying to share. And you'll see how I transitioned to the Dan Kennedy story, brought out those ideas, and you'll see how I finished out the whole article so that people would basically be inspired to take action. So check out that article. And then last, I would encourage you, if you haven't yet subscribed to this brand new channel, I'm going to bring you more behind the scenes videos to show you how I create content so you can learn how to create more engaging content for your audience. Thanks for taking the time to listen. Take care. Bye.